Everybody, thank you again for taking the time to watch another installment of awesomeperformanceparts.com. Science and tuitionals. As y'all know from my previous videos, I'd unstuck this with brake fluid and 4 days wait and 3 days touching the key and having a charged battery and hitting the key and trying to get it to rotate. The piston number one, I'm concerned that the rings are not the best, but that's fine. We'll get it settled, or I'll get it settled. So I've been doing some experimenting, and this is a aluminum head off from a 2004 3.4 liter V6. The reason I pulled it was because, which they're notorious for, a couple of these had stripped out on me. So I changed the head, robbed the valve to put in another head that I bought, and I didn't like the looks of the valve. But as you can see, that they're all fast burn heads, low combustion chamber heads. The only problem with mixing an 04 with a 85 that I've found is this bracket right here, and I've tried both heads, will not bolt up. They had spread these out. I can put one here and then be like that far off on this one, and this one here won't even touch the bracket. You know, variety of deals. Though, nope, that was not even considerable. Where's the other head go? Threw it back on the ground. This head here I tried just to do some research, and I got the same problem with it. Was one would work, the other two wouldn't. So in order to actually probably be able to use these heads on this motor, you would probably have to bring the bracketry right along with it, switch it from a V-belt to a serpentine belt. Now, something else that I found out that was real interesting is I want to know if I could put these heads on this motor, and I honestly believe I can. This is a gasket that I took off from it, and you notice it is, I think, a little bit thinner, but you notice the construction of it. Now this is the one off from a 04, which was underneath one of those heads right there. And though the years have changed, they match up. They are identical. From 85 to 205 or 204 are the same. Though there's slight differences, but nothing in the concerns of water passage and so on and so forth. So guess what? You can take an 80s model 2.8 3.1, which by the time 3.1 come along, you could get them with the aluminum heads on them. But what I'm looking at is year spread. Put these on here. Yes, there will be some modifications. However, I do got another surprise. Right here I have exhaust log from same 3.4, and my surprise is that it will also fit. See? Holes, holes, holes. Maybe not. Maybe I spoke a little too soon. No, I'm afraid not, people. I am afraid not. No. But those you might be able to retap. These are a little bit longer on one side. So I'm assuming that means they won't even line up right here. Which, as you can see, these are D-port, those are round port anyway. So unfortunately, those will not work. Now, which brings to the bigger question, is since we're switching over to D-port, I don't think that would make a big difference. But we do know that the 04 heads will work on an 85 block, which means we'll have to change the exhaust anyway, which I don't believe these will fit due to the whatnot. The exhaust will have to be redone, at least on one side, to accommodate, because if you notice, this one here is off from the center one, whereas opposed to the one I used was off from the back one. So, and we'd probably end up trying to use both of those on either side, those straight logs, as opposed to these. So that is my science for today, that I believe you can accommodate this and that. However, since I got the parts here, let's try this. And since my customer would want to maintain the carbureted setup as opposed to the fuel injection setup, as you can tell, side by side, they will not work. See, you got the two holes as your standard V6, V8 goes, and then you got the individual as your modern V8s, V6s go. So, but everything, your water jackets are here. So actually this one here, since this one here's got a block off here, and it's blocked off over here, it would really